Hey there and welcome back to Dakota News Now. It is now time for another edition of Owning Your Outdoors. Joining me as always is Doug Schroeder from Lewis. And Doug, today we're talking about trees and tree planting. And you already have the hole, Doug, we already have the tree, but there's a lot of stuff to consider before you get to this point.
There is a lot of things to consider. It's beautiful. Thanks for the spring.
Hey,
we're
Doug.
ready to roll. Everybody's wanting to get outside and planting. Today is going to be Arbor Day.
Yes.
So what should we do? We should plant a tree.
Yes, and so you'd say whenever you're picking out a tree, it's important to consider a lot of different things like how much space you have.
Right. You want to look at your yard. Look at the mature canopy of a tree. You don't want to overplant where all of a sudden you have nothing but shade, but give the tree some space to mature and you'll be much happier. Also, if you're going to plant a couple trees, I recommend don't plant the same thing. It's very good to have a diverse forest, so mix up what you're planting.
What's important to look at whenever you're picking out a tree at the store?
What I always look at is I try to find something very straight, very a good shaped canopy to it, and ready to go. You'll look at some trees, sometimes there'll be a flat spot. They will grow out and they will fill in, but that's what I usually pick is for straight and health of the tree.
And so once you've picked out your tree and you get back home, it's important to do a couple of things before you start digging, right?
Yes, call 811. You need to have those power lines marked in your yard. You might think you know where they're at, but it's still the law. You have to have them marked.
You don't want to be that guy that causes a power outage.
No. We have enough people like that, and we just want to be safe.
So how deep should we dig the hole?
Your hole should always be as deep as the ball of the tree. So, but no deeper. You don't want to overplant the soil. Width-wise, it should be twice the size of the ball of the tree.
And so once you get the tree home, the hole dug, it's important to kind of cut the roots, is that right?
Yes. I've, to save time, I have taken and loosened the roots on this tree. As you can see, they're pretty loose. I went through and used my knife, cut the roots, made sure that they were nice and loose and ready to plant. And so as you see on this tree, the tree's roots have a tendency to grow in a circle, and you want to break that up.
So that way they can kind of spread out.
That's right.
And so then the next thing is put it in the hole?
Put it in the hole.
And then once you get to this point, you can then use the loose dirt that you have earlier and start filling in, or do we need to do anything before that?
You can put some loose dirt in right now. I do have a root stimulator solution mixed up. So what I'll do is I'll put some dirt into the hole and put my root stimulator in. Let that rest a little bit. Make sure I'm straight. Add more soil. Top it with more solution.
You don't want to pile the dirt too high up the trunk though, right?
No. The dirt should be no higher than what this is right here. If you go higher, you're probably going to kill the tree. So this is your line that you want to go by.
All right, and then we have the stimulator. Anything else that we need to add?
Mulch. Mulch it about 6 foot out from the whole trunk of the tree.
Do we need to do any stimulator after that, or do we just let the tree go?
Let the tree go. Water periodically for the first year. And we should be good. Should have a nice healthy tree.
And then you can spend the next so many years just watching it grow, provide you shade and some beauty.
That's right. We're ready to roll.
All right, Doug, thank you so much for all those tips. We're going to have all this information online at dakotanewsnow.com after the show, but make sure you stick around. We have more coming up after this break.